Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about how you can use Pinterest to drive more traffic and revenue. So Pinterest is nothing to sneeze at. People think it's just for women to just pin stuff all the time, but it actually does drive traffic and revenue. So the first thing that you can do with Pinterest is, well, advertising first and foremost. I mean, what we do with some of our clients using Pinterest ads, we have a client that is a large grocery chain on the East Coast, and we just will pin a bunch of recipes out there and we'll just drive or we'll do promoted pins and drive them back to the site. And the engagement is incredibly high, and the clicks are cheaper than most other platforms in some cases. And you can actually generate conversions from it. So the first thing to try out is Pinterest advertising. I did want to talk about how you can do the drive more traffic, significant traffic like 200K plus to like 1 million or so a month. But Neil can speak better to that. Neil, what are your thoughts around you using Pinterest and the tools that you use?
Yeah, so the first thing I like using, and I found this from an article on sidehustlenation.com. It's called the Pinterest Traffic Experiment. I'm up 2,350% in 60 days. And I mentioned this on a previous podcast in which he breaks down how to use a service called Board Booster. And that helps boost your boards so then that way more people end up seeing them. Doesn't matter if you're targeting men, women, just Pinterest has all different types of people. Even though women may be the majority, there's still different types of people on Pinterest that can find your content valuable. For example, I promote B2B content on Pinterest, and I can get at least a few thousand visitors. That's right, over 2,000 visitors at minimum, even during a holiday, per day on Pinterest, right? So what I do is there's a service called Board Booster. I follow the instructions on that Side Hustle Nation post that breaks down, how to figure out what pins to add to a board, how to create pinnable images for your best content. It breaks down from there how to create your first page if you don't have pages. Then it breaks down how you need to activate rich pins. And then you want to identify group boards. I'm just summarizing it, right? That post breaks it all down. And then you want to request group board invites, right? And then from there, once you start doing all this kind of stuff, then you want to get into automating your pinning, and you want to do that through Board Booster. And their highest plan is $50 a month. You can use the lowest plan, which is 100 pins for free. I do 5,000 pins a month, and that generates me at least 2,000 visitors a day.
All right. So the one thing I will say around Pinterest is there's this guy named Ezra Firestone, and he's a really good e-commerce marketer. If you literally just Google Ezra Firestone, so that's E as in Eric, Z as in zebra, R as in rhino, A as in apple, Firestone, Ezra Firestone, type in Ezra Firestone Pinterest ads, and you're going to find out how he basically was getting 9-cent clicks, and he spent $775 to generate about $22,000 in revenues from Pinterest. And I think the total revenues he generated, he spent probably $4 or $5 grand, and he made about 41 grand using Pinterest ads. So the thing with advertising, or the thing with these new social channels, is you want to try to arbitrage them as quickly as you can while not too many people are attacking them. So now's a good time to get in on Pinterest ads before it becomes really saturated. And I highly recommend checking out this post. This looks like it's a couple thousand words. I'm literally staring at it right now. There's a ton of numbers in here. I had him on the podcast on Growth Everywhere just to, dig in on Pinterest ads as well. You can check out that too. But check out this post. Again, it's Ezra Firestone Pinterest ads. So then you're getting the best of both worlds. You're learning how to do Pinterest ads. And then Neil just mentioned an incredible tool to drive more quote unquote organic traffic from Pinterest. So Neil, anything else to add around Pinterest advertising? I think this one's pretty straightforward.
Yes, there's a guy named Samuel O who taught me how to arbitrage Pinterest ads, and he teaches people how to create a blog, and then he drives them to like Bluehost and stuff like that for affiliate commissions. But he was really smart in which he broke down that you should do it per category on Pinterest. So if you're targeting beauty bloggers, for example, right? There's a lot of people who are into beauty. He'll be like, how to create a beauty blog, and he'll have an ad just for that, and then send them to a page just on beauty related. Then he'll have a whole other page just on fashion, how to create a fashion blog, right? In essence, as you can see, he's breaking it down per niche. So if you, just like any other channel, but if you make it really targeted into really small niches, because most people with AdWords or Facebook, they'll combine beauty and fashion. But if you start breaking down into more detailed niches, your Pinterest ads will be cheaper and they'll convert better. And that's what I ended up learning from Samuel, and he was showing me his stats and data, and I was analyzing it all, and his cost was way down. He was able to arbitrage it quite well.
I'm looking at this post right now from Ezra Firestone, and what he's doing is he's literally sending people from a promoted pin to an article that engages them in a story about his brand and his products. And then from there, basically, you can call it an advertorial. So this is where, you provide value to people, but then perhaps at the bottom or somewhere inside of the article, you're pointing them to an offer. So that's what he's doing. He'll point them to an article, and then he'll point them to a product page right afterwards. And that's literally what he's doing. He's not, it's not retargeting ads. He's not requiring email opt-ins. He's just literally driving people to an article, and ultimately he's driving a lot of conversions and a good return on investment from it. So if you're doing e-commerce at all right now, and especially if you're selling to women, definitely take a look at this, because I think you're going to make a lot of money.
Pinterest in general, it's a lot of testing. The costs are going to go up over time. So think of it like as the wild, wild west. If you get in now and you do it for another year or 2 years, you'll be fine. But after 3-4 years, you're going to notice that the costs are going to be really hard, and it's going to be tough to arbitrage and make a killing off of it. Just like anything that's good, eventually other people figure out and everyone starts doing.
All right. That's it for this episode of Marketing School. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.